is Sophie and welcome to the forest of the Samuel de Champlain Provincial Park. The Canadian Ecology Centre is located within the park. Here I am sitting at my sit spot. We have the Mattawa River running beside me and I'm seated, leaned up against a beautiful big hemlock tree. So today at my sit spot, I'm going to be talking to you about a specific activity you can do while you're at your sit spot. For this activity, you will need a notebook and a pencil of your choice. This activity is called soundscaping. So today when we're soundscaping, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, and maybe you've already heard of soundscaping, but I'm going to show you one way that I like to do it. So when you're soundscaping, you're sitting at your sit spot, the most important sense is our hearing. So we're going to be getting comfortable in our sit spot and really focusing in on what we hear while we're sitting here. So we're going to pick up our notebook and our pencil and we're gonna get going. I have finger gloves underneath my mittens just to make it easier to hold onto my pencil. What we're gonna begin with is kind of the center of the page, and that center will be me and something that's around me. So for me, it's gonna be my hemlock tree. So first I'm gonna draw just a little hemlock tree. Got the branches and the big trunk. And then I'm gonna draw, we'll just write me. So that's where I am and that's where the hemlock tree is. And then we can settle in and focus on our hearing sense. So if it helps you to close your eyes, you can, and just listen to what you hear. And when you hear something, I'm going to notice, when I hear something, I'm going to notice where the sound is coming from. So the first thing that I'm hearing is the river. So I'm going to draw what the river sounds like to me. So I'm going to draw a drawing that the river represents. So when I'm sitting here listening, I hear that the river is in front of me. That's where the sound is coming from. And it sounds soft, so I'm just going to draw a wavy line. But closer into me where the river is, I hear a little bit of faster moving water. So I'm just going to draw a smaller wavy line. So that's the first sound that I hear. I'm going to close my eyes again and see what other sounds I can hear as I sit in my sit spot. So I hear a bird over to my left, and it sounds pretty far away. And it's a really loud and sharp sound. So I'm gonna draw it over here to my left, and as far away as I can from me. To me, the sound is represented just like this, like sharp zigzags. And it's short. It's only a few short calls. So I'll make a few more. And again, I'm going to sit back and listen again and see if I hear anything else. So over to my right, I'm hearing some wind in the trees. And the way that wind looks to me is kind of in swirls. I hear it through the trees like, and it's right close to me. So I'm drawing what the sound represents to me. It might look different to you. The sound of wind may look different to you. So I'm going to continue doing this in my sit spot, and I'll check in with you after I'm done. So I've been sitting here for a while, and it's amazing the sounds that you can hear when you just take the time to sit and listen. So I have a few additions to my soundscaping map that I'd like to share with you. So over here, I could hear it to the back right of me, was a little call of a chipmunk or a red squirrel, and the sound kind of went up and then it lowered, and then its call went up and then lowered, and so that's kind of how this sound was represented to me. And then over here to the back left of me, there was someone who came and they were walking their dog, and their dog noticed me and started barking a little bit, and so that's what that sound looked like to me. That's what that sound represents. And up here, just in the forest beside me, I heard a little bit of like cracking, like little cracking sounds. And I know trees make that noise. And so it was just a little tiny sound that just was represented by a small wave. And then as I continued listening to the river, a few random ploop sounds happened, like ones that were a bit louder, and that's how that sound was represented for me. And then a few more birds came and joined me, and they only made one sound at a time, and it was a bit sharper than our first bird sound. And I noticed as I paid attention to that sound that the sound was moving, and so that tells me that the bird was moving. So I put two different ones based on how I heard how the bird was moving. So I don't have color with me today, but if you wanted to, or if it was warmer, you could bring out colored pencils with you, or markers or crayons, your choice. But also I can take this soundscape map that I've done and I can bring it back home with me and add in colors, and you can do the same. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today on doing soundscaping in my sit spot. I invite you to go out and try soundscaping for yourself in your own sit spot. It's really fun, and it's a good way to tune in while we're at our sit spots. Thank you.